Hello and welcome to Bad Waldsee, the home of Hymer in southern Germany. This vehicle is the B-Class MLT MasterLine, the T semi-integrated 780 motorhome. It's just been brought out and let's have a look around it. Now, why am I starting at this side? Because I wanted to show you some of the advantage to start off with. There's the gas cabinet. Storage down there, fantastically large garage, nice rear, and come into the front round here, avoiding the tent. Right, this one here has actually been sold, but it was 109,000. It costs 789 centimeters length, 235 in width, 296 in height, and so on a 4.5 ton basis, sorry, and you've got around over a ton of payload inside. Now, one of the features of the MasterLine, which was brought out in April 2019, is this double floor, which you can see down here from the what do you call them? These things you can get into the double floor with. Let's come right to the back here, as I often try to do in videos. And so you've got here this German layout, and within this German layout we've got storage under the beds. So this bit here will come up. I'll open this up first. You can see in there, there's the wardrobe. This will come up as well, give you a little bit more, a better view of the wardrobe, and it'll come up at this side as well. But before I do that, I shall just stick this in here. That's how the German layout works in a bed, in something like this. Of course, if you're going to sleep in it, you'd want to put that plate in first to give you all that extra space. You may be thinking, how do I get up? Well, we'll try and work that one out in a moment. Here as well, we've got something similar. This will come up. No, it won't come up. Yes, it should come up. I can see why it won't come up, because there's some plates in there. But anyway, you've got more storage down here as well. Here we have the way into the bed. Take the steps out here, very clever. Steps out like that, and when this German layout is in position, you've got that going up there like that. I think that is a pretty good solution. It's far better than the ladder. It's comfortable and much better than the ladder, in my opinion. Bearing in mind the age of the people who buy these things, the average buyer in Germany is 63 years old and is retired. And you may still have an adventurous spirit, but I'm sure you don't want to use a ladder to get in and out of bed. So that's the way I see things. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe I know nothing about the subject. Now here we have, if you want to close this, you can do so by putting this thing up here, and then this will move across. It's much easier, of course, when you've got two hands to do it with, and that'll come across there. You've got this gap down the bottom. Why have you got a gap down the bottom? Well, the stairs have to go somewhere. Of course, it will pull across completely, should that be necessary. Here we can close the door here, and we've got this space in the toilet. So let's see if the lights are working. They're not. Why aren't the lights working? Because probably they pulled the fuses out just to stop people playing around with them. And that's fair enough, because people come in and they start playing around with things, and things get broken. I expect things to be broken at trade fairs, but to be quite honest, I've been surprised how much here has been broken. And here we have the shower, which is pretty large, isn't it, really? You notice they've even taken this off. First time I attended a trade fair, that was in Dusseldorf in 2012, and all the none of the Hymer brands had that on. It's a pity though, it comes to that, and in Germany you just don't expect people to do that type of thing. Anyway, two drainage holes down there. So I'm grateful for two. I'd have preferred them at opposite corners, but never mind, at least they're there. Opposite corners, one there and one at the bottom end. Right, so let's have a look at this floor down here, because this is rather curious. Now the SLC chassis, which was developed by Alco and put into use in this vehicle, is designed not only to give more storage, lower the weight of gravity, to produce more space for storage above. So things which have now gone into here, all the technical infrastructure has gone into the chassis. So as you can see there, got the water. We've got the empty space for carrying stuff in. There we had the fuses. Now here, this is pretty impressive in my opinion. That is the battery compartment, and look how much you can extend the battery by. Easily get 2 if not 3 lithium 250 amp batteries in there. 750 amps of power. That would last ages in my opinion, particularly if you've got solar panels on the roof and you're traveling around a little bit. I mean, from your engine motor, it doesn't really charge the batteries up very fast or very well, but all the same, you know, if you're knocking around for a couple of hours a day, that might even, it'll give you a little bit of a boost with the sun's out as well. Right, and in there you've got your fuse box. So, and more there and there. Yeah, you know what, we'll have a look in here. I'll show you what's in here. There you go, there's your battery charger. And here is, you know, I genuinely don't know what's down there. Okay, it's just a technical infrastructure. Now I usually pretend I don't know what's in it, so I say, oh, what could be down here? In that case, I didn't know what was down there. Right, here we have a table which will extend and become a much larger table. Well, a little bit larger table, should you want it to. Right, let's come into the kitchen, having shown you the floor. Kitchen has very large range, stacks of space around here, gas at a sensible place, well away from the hobs. Here we have this slidey out thing, and here we have some rather cheap drawers, which I think Hymer's really let itself down on its drawer quality. I think we got these on the cheap. I think IKEA had a closing down sale or something. Yeah, I'm not impressed by these drawers at all. And it uses them throughout its range. So, for example, you'll see a very similar thing in Niesmann+Bischoff, and you see the same sort of thing in Carrado and Sunlight, Etrusco. Anyway, so IKEA obviously had a big closing down sale somewhere. But on the other hand, nice moulded sink. Big domestic drain house. That's a really good sink. That's a very good motorhome sink, and you've got an extra one in there. So other than the drawers, I like the kitchen. And over here we have, might seem a bit of an odd place to put the wardrobe, but where else would you have it? Right? The wardrobe needs to be, I think, as close to the sleeping area, if you like, the living area. And I suppose you could say, well, why don't you move the shower down? Well, if you did that, then there'd be less space down here. So I think that's, you know, I think that's a good solution. I don't have a problem with that myself. Up here, you've got an empty thing here. So when people say, where'd the oven go? Well, it can go in there. So where is the oven? There's plenty of ovens in the shops. You know, I know you're thinking, the amount of money this costs, you could get an oven in as well. Well, yes, you could do. I mean, adding an oven wouldn't be what? It wouldn't even be less than 0.5% added onto the cost, I think. I suppose if Hymer's putting it in, probably be a lot more. And you've got some storage down there as well. So, oh, and do you want to have a look at the storage around here, for example? Right, so what's new about this is a semi-integrated front here, Now, semi-integrated does have the advantage that if something happens to the windscreen, then it's much cheaper to replace one of these, and that's the number one advantage I can think of. Obviously, it's thinner at the front. One of the advantages in the MasterLine class is you've got this clear line of sight, and indeed the cabin part has been really well integrated into the van, so the driving area is also part of the living area. And when you've got a semi-integrated, that doesn't work, in my opinion. It doesn't work. You can tell it's sort of all different. Even the upholstery is different on the chairs. At least it seems that way to me. I don't know about upholstery, but looks a bit different. One great advantage is this up here, this skylight, letting in plenty of light, and bit of storage here. Also here, and under this, there's this light here, but these lights tend to stop working very quickly. Right, and I'm not certain, that chair was put there as an afterthought. So what can we do with this space here? Let's just put a chair there. Doesn't serve any, well, I suppose if you turn this chair here around, the passenger chair, and you could put your feet up there, maybe that's the point of it, I don't know. Anyway, we've got space there for your coat. What would I do? Well, I would personally put here a wardrobe. That would have, it wouldn't have come out very far, but that all space for storage is of use in a van. And particularly if people think they're going away for a long time. If they're not thinking they're going away for a long time, then maybe not. The wardrobe itself, the current one, isn't particularly large, so that would have worked quite nicely in that position, in my opinion. Right. Oh, did I turn the lights on? I did. I thought I did, but I wasn't certain. There's me in the mirror, and let's now go out and consider some of the other features of the vehicle. Big bin there, and behind here we've got the stored thought this thing here opened. Probably does. Good. Hey, let's have a quick look at this actually as well. So that shows you the weight capacities. Okay, so 110,000 just about, 109. Will be 110 once you've got your insurance. And no, in fact it'll be more than that, because nobody's going to insure it for less than 1% of its value. Can't open this. There we go. This is outstanding. Also, one of the features of the SLC chassis, the way this bit here, the garage is sort of bolted on. Look at the way the Hymer name's been carved or whatever, I don't know how to put it, into the side. You get these things for your bikes, and you think, well, that's taking up a lot of space for the bikes. It is. The trouble with the bikes is, of course, they've got the handlebars. That makes them difficult to actually store. That could be a useful feature. This feature, though, is a pretty expensive thing. I tried doing one in my own van. I spent about €60 or something on it, and decided it wasn't going to work. Up there, I've got storage, and anything else I wanted to show you. That's probably it. But notice the size of the doors at either side. It's the same. So I think that's a pretty good van, in my opinion. Yeah, T780 MasterLine. Hey, do you want to see the integrated version? Well, nip in here. This is going to cost 153,000. So it's a lot more. But as remember, as always, the prices don't really mean anything, because it depends on the equipment levels, which are shown. Right, so come to the back here. German layout once more. I think we're going to see the back very similar, I think. Well, actually, I know I've been in these ones before. And the difference is up here at the front. And you can see what I was trying to say earlier about it being integrated into the vehicle. So this vehicle is just as wide and just as long, but this part, or just approximately, it's just as long. And but see how it's integrated, the whole thing. It is as though this really is part of the living area, and you've got this stack of space up front. But one of the problems is with this stack of space up front, it's sometimes difficult to see what's going on. Or I personally feel more secure in the semi-integrated than I do in the integrated. I mean, it's just my personal opinion. I never did any HGV courses or anything like that, and maybe I should do, to sort of, maybe there's something I actually don't know. Oh, I want to sit down here, but you can see same floor going right to the back. Table's a bit different, but other than that, it's very, very similar. So where's the cost difference? Well, this thing here's obviously got some extra things which we can't see. It might have a spare wheel. It might have dog conditioned flooring or something like that. I don't know, but it is that much more expensive. So let's go to the back of this van as well. If it's open, it might not be. That's not. This one is, but the other one isn't. Hey, we'll walk around. B780. Oh, this one is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. And see this fantastic large garage. You know what, whilst we're here, we'll have a look at another one. This is the i890. You may have noticed it's on a tag axle. This is going to cost 167, and it's 1,000, and it's 9 meters in length, and it hasn't got any lights on. Let's see when the lights will go on. No, they won't. So we're sitting in the dark, and they're not very willing to put the lights on here. They want to save on electricity, so let's assume that somebody actually watches this video and be interested in buying, but they can't see it properly because the lights aren't on. But anyway, not to worry, because we've got a reasonable view inside. We've got this enormous bed at the back. It'll go up and down, so this is, I think it's his lowest position. You go up as well. Storage on either side, storage back there. Storage under, obviously the steps up to the queen bed. See the same flat floor using the same chassis, but an extra meter has been added, and that meter of extra space has been used to create this wonderful dressing room. And this will come across as well. It should do. Wasn't coming across. It's oh, I see why it's something here. Well, anyway, leave that one. But that'll come across as well, and creating this dressing area. You've got wardrobes here. I think this is really outstanding. I'll show you where it does let itself down by though. That, right, same cheap IKEA castaways. Anyway, nice, eh? Right, whilst we're here, I'll see what the score is in the next one. If we can get in or not, because the next one is a B-Class ML MasterLine 8 T780. This one comes at a price of 146,000 and is also 9 meters in length, and it's also on a tag axle. So up here, up front, I wouldn't say it's even similar. It's a little bit similar to the other one. Got a nice space here to do food preparation. I've got all of this space here at the back. Steps up, storage under, and once more this wonderful large changing room, washing room, dressing room, that's the word. Mind you, 146,000, that's a lot of cash. I think it is anyway. I've never seen that much. And that vehicle there is a Niesmann+Bischoff. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'll show you the other brand. This is sort of relevant. I'm going off the point a little bit. But Niesmann+Bischoff, it's a brand owned by Hymer, 876 long, and it's 184,000. It's a tag axle like the two we just saw. So it's like comparable. It's the same company, if you like. But this has got a completely different style in it. And quite honest, I think I'd rather have this one than the last two. What I like about this is, you see, the integrate, really, you have to say that this is completely integrated into the rest of the van. So it's the integrated van which is integrated into the rest of the van. There's a good way of putting it. Wonderful stylish look around the table. Kitchen smaller than we just saw. 3 burners. Dressing room is has a different style to it. It seems to me to be a little smaller, although I think it has more panache to it. And in here we've got our wardrobe. I think slightly less storage in here, and here we've got a German layout with storage under the bed at the front and steps up. Sorry, it's not a German layout, it's a fixed German layout. It's always in this shape. You don't pull something out or not, as the case may be. That's the way it is. So, you know, for me, I'd probably lie that way widthwise anyway. But if you're a bit longer than me, then you could lie lengthwise, as the case may be. And the shower is outstanding. There's 2 reasons I know I will never own a van like this. First is because of cost, but probably more importantly, ironically, the reason is because of I wouldn't be able to drive something this long, or more to the point, this wide. I feel. And when you're driving in Germany, you've got the roadworks on the motorway. Oh, sometimes I feel even being on the right hand, the inner lane, a bit apprehensive. Oh, there's going to be oh, so there was a message. So let's go back to the start of this, which was the B-Class MasterLine T semi-integrated 780 motorhome, which is new at the time of doing this, and on a Mercedes. And thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that interesting. It's a 25-minute video, and if you got this far, that's great, and I hope you've got something out of this. It's really wonderful actually to be able to show these things, to be here and to have a relative peace and quiet to actually do this in. And of course, I, like you, can dream about owning such a thing. But of course I do live in a vehicle all the time anyway, so I'm sort of part of the way there anyway. Thanks, all the best from Bad Waldsee in southern Germany.